the people that are calling him out really don't have a lot to offer. Hey guys, welcome back to Fight Time. This is part 3, the final part of the Wonderboy interview series. If you missed the other ones, check them out after you watch this video, of course. Anyway, in this video, we're getting down to it, talking about how to make money after the fight game, and is Sean O'Malley really doing the smart thing? You don't want to miss it. Let's get into it. Like, there's been a lot of stink lately about fighters like Sean O'Malley. People are like saying, oh, he's not fighting the top, he's not doing what he should be, he won't take these fights because he wants the publicity, he wants, you know, the name, his name out there, and he's just taking his time or whatever. But at the same time, like, the people that are calling him out really don't have a lot to offer. So if you're a young fighter trying to build this brand for yourself, should you be conscious of which fights you accept on the way up to the top? Like, how much does that factor in?
Well, I think he's definitely come about this very intelligently. I remember after my very first fight in the UFC, like literally the day I got back, they called me, wanted me ready a month or two later to fight Matt Brown, which was a huge jump up. The guy was just coming off of the Ultimate Fighter, had a slew of fights, a lot of MMA experience.
He had just knocked out Mike Pyle.
Yeah, he just knocked out somebody on my card, and I was willing to go out there and do it. You know, I ended up losing the fight, but if I would have gone back, I would have definitely taken my time and be like, look, give me somebody who is a little bit on my level at this point, you know? Obviously, I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for that fight, but I think Sean O'Malley's doing it right, because you know the UFC is wanting him to jump up to that next level, right?
Right.
And he's going to make the same amount of money, which is understandable. I think he said that in an interview not too long ago. Hey, man, I want to keep fighting these bums, he said. I'm still going to make the same amount of money. You know, I think he's going about it right, but at the same time, when you do make that step up, you know, you beat that guy, now you can renegotiate your contract for more money. But, you know, as long as he's going out there winning, right, in a great fashion, his name is still going to be put out there. People are still going to remember him.
And I think the UFC has kind of changed their tune a little bit about how they go about matching these fighters up now. So like you said, like you had to fight Matt Brown. If you'd have turned that fight down, they probably would have let you go and been like, you don't want to fight, you're out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and that's kind of how it used to be. You had to fight who the UFC wanted you to fight. Well, I think because of all of these people who are superstars now on social media and that backing that they have, the UFC is kind of saying, okay, let's take this Sean O'Malley kid who people love and let's allow him to fight these people who aren't the Aljamains and the Peter Yans and the of the world, because as long as he's building his brand and he's putting butts in the seats or he's getting eyes on the screen, we are also benefiting from that as well. And I think the UFC is starting to they did it with Izzy a little bit.
Yeah.
They're noticing, okay, we need to let these guys win fashionably, build their brand, because as long as they're doing that, we are also reaping the benefits from those people as well. Back to digital media presence, like, right? Like, you have that leverage. He's allowed to fight these guys who seem like bums when, you know, they're decent fighters still, but they're allowing him to build that brand because they're ultimately going to benefit from that in the future.
Yeah. I mean, he's one of the only guys, I think, very few guys in the UFC who have over 1 million, maybe 2 million or followers.
He's approaching 1.5 million, I think.
Yeah.
And he's not even in the top, what?
Yeah, I think he's like barely in the top 15.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like social media, digital media, is almost like an insurance policy, so to speak, for when you got, you know, people coming at you with offers or sponsorship deals or whatever, like, not having social media or digital media versus having it, does it set you up for better success?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. I mean, we decided to do this YouTube thing, a few years back, and we, we had no idea how to get started. And then finally, I think we were at Disney World or something like that, where we finally just wanted, just like, you know what, let's get a camera, let's do it. And, you know, you on top of that, you still have to have the personality to do it, and the grind to do it, you know. I started out with a pretty good following before we started our YouTube channel. That obviously helped, got eyes over to it, but you know, it is definitely an insurance for sure, because we can keep doing this forever.
I don't think Steven's gotten more sponsorship opportunities ever than he has now that he has a channel, because other brands, they're aware that this is the future. It's not big time commercials on cable television anymore. It's, let me get my product on a YouTuber's page who has a solid following, because they're going to get more eyes than Nickelodeon will or whomever, and they're just kind of saturating YouTube. There's so many people on YouTube, so many content creators, that they are just chomping at the bit to get their brands in front of all these people's eyes. And not to mention, they're, you know, the younger demographic, the little bit more influential demographic. I'm talking younger, like, you know, early 20s, late teens, those type of kids. So they can get their brand in front of these kids' eyes, be a little bit more influential, and leverage that to get their brand bigger and get their brand out in front of as many people as possible. So he's gotten crazy sponsorship opportunities. People are coming all the time to try to get on a video, and it's been awesome.
But, you know, it's a lot of fun. And the thing is, people love that. People want to see where you came from. They want to see your startup, right? You got guys out there in the UFC who starting a YouTube channel. Like we had started ours, and the next thing you know, you have Masvidal, you got Cowboy, you got everybody.
Israel Adesanya,
Sean O'Malley started their own YouTube channel. You know what I mean? Yeah. But we found out, we seen where people want to see where you started from. They want to go back and see when you just had a cell phone.
Yeah, you were like,
and they see the
being
jumps.
Cheesy and didn't know what to do on camera. Like, you know, people love going back and seeing that first video you uploaded, just to kind of see.
Make fun of you, poke at you, you know? Yeah. People love that kind of stuff, so.
Well, last thing kind of to wrap up with, Miesha Tate saying that, like, basically all the money that she just won, 98% of it she didn't keep, because 70% went to taxes and 30% went to her fight camp, and she didn't make anything. And so immediately I'm going, wait a second, what was the purse? It was over 250 grand. So, you know, I'm like, right.
How was that?
So I'm like, what do you think about, like, do you think that some of these fighters are still relying on only fighting? Like, they don't have anything else that they can pull from as income, and that's why they get stuck taking these stupid fights? Like, they shouldn't be fighting this person, but they got to end up doing it. Like, do you think that's why?
I 100% think that's why. I mean, you know, you got these guys who only fight. They don't have these different revenues of income, and that's what makes their living, right? I'm at the point right now where I can just fight. I fight for the fun of it. Yeah, the money's it's a bonus, but that's not what drives me. What drives me is I want to be the best fighter. I want to fight. I want to be known as one of the best fighters who ever lived, right? I don't know what she's spending on her training camps, but what the heck?
She got some expensive coaching.
I know, got some expensive coaching or something, because that's ridiculous. Yeah, man, I got coaches and stuff, and I got people I got to pay, but it's nothing like that.
Yeah.
Management, coaches, you know, I'm taking home a pretty big chunk of it. So I don't know what she's doing.
You start off as a fighter, and that's how you make your money, and that's how you make your income. But then your brand builds, and you start to realize, okay, I'm getting a little more popular. I'm getting a little more famous. People are starting to know my name a little bit better. And then that's when you should start to try and capitalize on other things, obviously. So you can't just continue to fight unless you become a megastar like Connor or Izzy, or you're a Cowboy and you fight 18 times a year. You gotta look at other areas of revenue, because fighting is just not sustainable. Fighting is it's a short lifespan, you know, especially how some of these fighters fight. Like you and Steven, you don't fight crazy brutal brawls because, you know, you fight smarter, not harder. Fighting is such a short window.
Yeah.
You got to use that to build a brand and get into other avenues of wealth and income and all that stuff we kind of touched on earlier.
But I think at the same time, you got to be careful with your mindset in that whole ordeal, because once that mind changes, okay, Now I got my YouTube channel. Now my school's growing.
Now I'm a rapper.
Yeah, now I'm a rapper. You're not focused on what got you there. And the money is more of their motivation, not the fight game. Not actually doing what they love is the fight. You see that change. You got to be careful.
You got to bring them up together. You got to have that healthy balance between the two. Because if one is, way beyond the other, you're going to have a short-lived success. Like
during fight camp, the money is not what I don't even think about it. I don't think about I get paid. Yeah. I think about going out there, you know what I mean, and preparing for the fight, going out there and trying to win the fight. So. If money was just my motivation, I wouldn't last very long.
Yeah, for sure.
You still got guys at that level who only train when they got a fight coming up.
That's for me.
How can you grow doing that?
That's mind blowing. Like, how do you go from being really overweight, out of shape? Now I'm training for a fight. Like that for me seems to be. I don't know. Maybe it's just because of how my dad raised me and how your dad raised you guys. Like, it seems very hypocritical. I don't know how else to say it, but...
I agree. Yeah, I've known guys out there who get so overweight, their camp is more on trying to lose the weight than actually growing skill. Yeah. So, training full-time, being a lifelong martial artist, and you see a lot of these guys and those guys are at the top. Those guys that train constantly, they're the guys at the top.
For sure.
Everybody else who doesn't is going to fall to the wayside.
For sure. Well, guys, as we wrap up today, 3 tips. Like, if you could just give 3 things that you think an up-and-coming MMA fighter, boxer, kickboxer should do to grow their digital presence, what do you think those 3 things would be?
I think number 1, obviously, you got to be a good fighter. You have to be exciting. You have to go out there and win fights. You have to have eyes on you. So training is number 1 for right now. If you're up and coming, make sure that you're on the grind. You stay on the grind, because when you go out there and you fight, you gotta go out there and you gotta put on a show, right? It's not about going out there winning. You gotta put on a show. Nope. So that's number 1. I think, what do you think? Number 2, I think after that is building your personality when you're doing your social media. So when you're getting in front of, doing interviews, getting in front of the camera, getting in front of the mic, and getting your name out there is huge. When I first got into the UFC, I can't tell you how many interviews I did.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was 5 or 6 on daily, getting my name out there, right? So being the fighter, being an exciting fighter, training, and then doing as much social media as possible, interviews, get your name out there. That's 2 I can think of right now. Sweet Tea, you got 1.
Last one for me. This was the biggest, I guess, the biggest factor in the channel and just kind of moving forward with him is it's like, just do it. Just do it. Like, there's so many excuses. Well, I don't know how to film. I don't know how to edit. Will people like my stuff? I don't know how to take a picture. I don't know how to Photoshop. I don't know how to edit. Just do it. Just freaking do it. Create an account, start posting stuff. Yeah. You're going to get better. You're going to improve. You're going to figure out what people enjoy. You're going to start to create those skills. But if you don't do it, if the whole time you're sitting there thinking, well, I don't have this, I don't have that, what if people don't like me? You're never going to do it. So just start it. Just start posting. Just do it.
And have fun, man. Have fun with it all. If you're not having fun, just don't do it. When I'm fighting, when I'm in training camp, I'm having fun, right? All the time. I'm making it fun for myself. When we're in front of the camera, we're just ourselves. He's my brother. I'm his brother.
Yeah.
We're just having a great time. We're just having fun, and people love that.
When I was watching videos on how to start a channel, in 99.9% of them, all of the people were like, just post that first time. You can have all these cool tricks, but you're not going to mean anything if you don't just post. So just do it.
Well, Steven, what's next for you? What's besides, I mean, you got the podcast, you got YouTube,
yes,
you got all that. So what's up? What's happening?
Yes. So I'm trying to fight in November 6th. Maybe Nate or Masvidal, just trying to get somebody out there to fight November 6th. So I'm in training camp right now. As if I'm going to fight, doing strength and conditioning. I'm getting back into training 2 to 3 times a day now, but just trying to find somebody to stay in shape and obviously having fun with this guy. YouTube, baby. It's fun, man. We're just living the dream. We're living the dream.
Sweet. Well, awesome. Well, thank you guys again so much for coming on the show. And if somebody wants to find you, I mean, like, it should be easy, but where should they go on social media to find you guys?
Well, for me on Instagram, I'm Wonderboy MMA.
Wonderboy MMA everywhere.
Everywhere.
Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, even Wonderboy MMA.
I'm not Wonderboy on Facebook.
You're
Steve Wonderboy Thompson.
No, but your at name is Wonderboy MMA.
Okay. He knows all my stuff.
He's Wonderboy MMA everywhere.
Everywhere.
Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok.
So, I'm trying to get this guy on Instagram as well, so he'll be on there.
I'm too busy handling this guy's stuff.
I know,
over here.
I know, but I'm getting this.
I like being the sidekick. I like being the.
Don't let him play. This is it's more of his channel than it's my channel now.
Like
he does all the heavy stuff.
You can find his stuff. I'm in the back.
There you go. Well, guys, thanks again so much. Appreciate it, and we'll catch up soon.
Absolutely.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
for having us on.
You have a good one.
Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. Really appreciate it. What did you enjoy about this video? Drop it in the comments for me. And in the meantime, while you're waiting for the next video to drop on my channel, make sure you check out these videos over here. Really sure that you're going to love the content. And if you do, let me know in the comments. See you guys next time.